This is ridiculous. Hello, my fam. Perez Hilton here, the queen of all media, the original influencer, Anglophile, and royal watcher. What's ridiculous is not that Meghan Sussex is concerned for her safety. What's bonkers is the response that has elicited from people. If you'll remember, the last time that the Duke and Duchess of Montecito were in Manhattan together, pandemonium broke loose. It was chaos. Harry claimed they suffered a near catastrophic car chase. It lasted nearly 2 hours, according to them. A rep for the former senior royals said at the time in May of 2023, quote, "Last night, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and Miss Ragland, her mother, were involved in a near catastrophic car chase at the hands of a ring of highly aggressive paparazzi." That reminded a lot of people of Princess Diana and her tragic fate. The statement continued, "This relentless pursuit lasting over 2 hours resulted in multiple near collisions involving other drivers on the road, pedestrians, and 2 NYPD officers. While being a public figure comes with a level of interest from the public, it should never come at the cost of anyone's safety." Well, that statement was met with blowback from the mayor of New York City, who did not believe their claims. Literally, Mayor Eric Adams said that it was hard to believe such a high-speed chase lasted that long through the congested streets of Manhattan. Additionally, a police source said that there had been no collision reports or 911 calls around the time of the alleged incident. And the chase definitely wasn't 2 hours. Meghan and Harry were adamant, though, that this was not a PR stunt. And it left them so shaken up that during Meghan's recent trip to New York City, she beefed up her security by a lot. And people are criticizing her for taking these new extra measures. Who does she think she is? Not even Taylor Swift does this. Beyonce doesn't do this. La, 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 la. You know what? All of the hate towards her that doesn't stop, and a lot of it is unwarranted, it's making me actually like her. It's having the opposite effect. Anybody else? During Meghan's recent trip, she did a night out on the town to go see the musical Gypsy, starring the iconic and uber-talented Audra McDonald. She got to and from the theater accompanied by her security detail, which was massive. She didn't just have 1 or 2 security vehicles like most big celebrities. She had 4. She's not messing around with her safety. Meghan had 3 SUVs and an unmarked police vehicle from the New York Police Department with her that evening. In addition, she hired former Secret Service agents for her private security detail, and the unmarked car had 2 intelligence detectives inside. The Netflix star rode in one of the SUVs, while the other 2 cars acted as decoys with only the drivers inside, no one else. The motorcade traveled with Meghan to a dinner she had with friends at Ralph Lauren's Polo Bar. Prince Harry was not with her. He was in Ukraine. They then went to the Majestic Theater after eating. It was quite the production. She was escorted out of the venue after the show by the theater's security and her own team. But thankfully, the night went off without a hitch. But the paparazzi in New York are boo-hoo-hooing all the measures that she took to protect herself. One paparazzo says Taylor Swift usually has 2 cars. Her car that she's in and a security car with her team. And if she's going somewhere, she has a separate car on site with her team already there, but they don't travel together. They also mentioned that other stars like Kim Kardashian, Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Rihanna travel with just one car. The only exception being is if they are with family, then they have two. However, no one typically gets police escorts, so the New York paparazzi think that Meghan did too much here. Quote, Meghan is out of control and over the top, and it's ridiculous if the city is paying for this. I doubt the city paid for it. And if NYPD was not on duty, then they shouldn't be allowed to run lights. Somebody's got to be paying for it. Well, that is a good point. I wonder how that works legally. If the police officers are not on duty, can they run lights while working protection for somebody? If any of you know, let me know in the comments section. And while most celebs don't get off-duty NYPD officers protecting them, that doesn't mean they can't. A person that works in the safety space says, quote, it's something that can be made available based on the threat assessment and the circumstances of where they're going and what they're doing. And as I've shared with you all before, according to the police in the UK, there have been credible threats against them. And it wouldn't surprise me if there are threats also in the United States. In fact, Harry was in the UK this week battling the Home Office over their rejection of his request to have royal protection. Princess Diana's son claims that confidential evidence confirmed his worst fears in the security court case. Leaving court, the Duke said, quote, people would be shocked by what's being held back. He added that his worst fears have been confirmed by the whole legal disclosure in this case, and that's really sad. Harry said that the decision to stop providing royal protection was designed to stop the pair from quitting their duties. He thinks that the move was to trap them, but it didn't work. And despite all of that, Harry tells the Telegraph, we're trying to create this happy house in Montecito. Harry admitted that he was exhausted and overwhelmed by the legal battle and suggested he considered the case more important than his legal battle against tabloids, saying this one always mattered the most. At the end of the hearing this week, the judge, Sir Geoffrey Voss, said that the Court of Appeal's decision would be given in writing at a later date, which was most unlikely to be before Easter. The judge says plainly, we will take our time to consider our judgments. The Home Office, who oversees royal protection, told the court this week that Harry's challenge, quote, involves a continued failure to see the wood for the trees, advancing propositions available only by reading small parts of the evidence, and now the judgment out of context and ignoring the totality of the picture. That sounded like a whole bunch of nothing to me. I'm pretty consistent. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Harry has volunteered. He has offered to pay for the royal protection that he would receive when in the UK. And I'm pretty sure that Meghan Markle paid out of pocket for her extra large security detail in New York City. If that makes her safer, not just feeling safer, that does make her safer, good for her. I have no problem with that or what he's doing. How about you? What do you think? Let's discuss it all in the comments section.